all in the right spot.
That was nice.
Well, thank you for sticking with us. Where we sent our Glasswalker out to deal with those pesky Weaver spirits who were mucking with our stream. So. So with that, we did recap. Hopefully, the recap went through. We recapped what happened last week. And now we find the pack at the Valkenberg Foundation in the middle of the night, dealing with the remnants of the fires that were started by the Black Spiral Dancers and the other damage that was done. And Killian's there with Kennedy on the physical plane. I believe Dell and Darren were still on the...
I think we're still on the Umbra.
Yeah, we're still on the Umbral side.
Okay, just want to make sure that I was recalling it the same way you were.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Dell bullied me into going with him to the Umbra phase.
Aren't you glad though? I mean, come on, that was fun.
I am glad.
With that, I believe we left off with Kennedy picking up a dagger that was thrown towards her by one of the assailants.
Yes, I believe that's right.
Would you like to go ahead and make me a check for that?
Absolutely. What would I be checking?
You're going to be rolling. Should be Wits and Rituals, difficulty 8.
Well, I have both of those things.
As a reminder, there are 8 bonus dice in the.
Yeah.
8 bonus dice
don't...
available. Just so the pack knows, there are 8 bonus dice available that you guys can dip into.
I don't think I want to use one of those, but I do think Kennedy really does want to know what's going on with this dagger that was thrown at her head. So I'm going to spend a point of willpower for an automatic success. And let's see what happens. That's a good thing I had an automatic success, because that gives me 1 success.
How about that? So, this is a Black Spiral Dancer dagger. It is a ritual ceremonial dagger. It's usually used for ritual combat as part of the Black Spiral wedding and courtship rituals.
Right, because they don't care about the whole Guru shall not mate with Guru thing, so they breed medices like it's going out of style.
Bunch of filthy purebreds.
I don't think you should touch that without gloves, Kennedy. That's a love dagger.
I'm not worried about the dagger itself. I'm more curious why she would have thrown it at me.
I mean, you're not unattractive. Solid 9 out of 8 for me.
Thank you. But that's not the point. I mean, I hardly think that, hi, I'm going to go burn down the barn on the place where you live, is exactly typical courtship rituals. I mean, maybe it is for them, but no. I am going to
do anything for love.
But I won't do that. I will go ahead and take the dagger, and for now I'm just going to tuck it into the belt of my pants. let's meet up with the others and see if they learned anything about what this raid was all about. It looks like we drove them off, but I feel like there's definitely more going on here than what we figured out.
Yeah. Well, where the hell
Have
are
you-
the other two? We were putting out fires.
Yes. It seemed like there was a follow-up.
There was, but I changed my mind. So.
Del and I are fist bumping in the Umbra right now over the 2 black spiral dancers we massacred.
We're like it's like a sort of a paw thing because we're both in this boat.
Yeah, so we're gonna head back over to the main building because
Paul-
we're at the barn.
With our
Paul-
souvenir.
Paw 4. Paw 4.
Instead of
Get that Dewclaw in there. Give me all 5.
medium low 4, I guess. That's about as high as we can.
So, yeah. So, meanwhile, the other 2 of you who are still in the Umbra, you're able to check around the Umbra. You don't see anything else is amiss. They did use something to silence the alarms that went off, the wards that went off, but the siren alarms, the warning were shut down, but the actual warding to keep the spirits in and out was actually still contained. So that's still up. So nothing else seems out of the place as far as that goes.
Now I'm wondering if Orson was calling us here for this situation? Like them attacking the base or the suicide situation?
Would we even know that it was? I'm not there to talk to you. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
Was
Well-
there something specifically that you 2 want to do while you're here before you met with the others, or?
Decided that the one thing we both really wanted to do was have a word with Orson,
Mm-hmm.
which means I think we're going to. I mean, if we're already there, we're going to head up and. Well, I guess. Do we have a way to get at him at this exact moment?
Well, right now you're on the stairs, halfway up the stairs leading to the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
The 2nd floor is where all the patients are kept.
Right.
There's been no change in the structure of the house in the Umbra. So the umbrally, it's still a solid physical manifestation.
Yeah.
So
So we could. I mean, we could go to outside Orson's door. I don't think we could actually go in via the Umbra
Yeah.
any easier than we could in the physical world.
yeah, you do know that the security doors do exist in the Umbra, or else they'd be able to, everyone would be able to go, okay, step sideways and I walk out.
But yeah, that was, and it was I think one of those doors that Killian stuck his cell phone through. Every time I think about that, it just gets weirder. Like, what? You just sure, okay.
I tricked it.
So we want to talk to Orson, but I don't think we have a way to do it right now. We may have to go back to the. We may have to go back to meet space.
Yeah, I'm happy to go back to meet space. We should get
Yeah,
the
'cause,
others before we go talk to Orson anyway.
Sure.
And with that, the pack is able to regroup. As you regroup, you're looking around the grounds of the facility, and there has been a fair amount of damage done. You do see some other guru arriving that you have not seen before. They are members of the Sept, the nearby Sept, and they're coming to help the staff and relieve the staff. And you see some of them going off with some of the guru back to the Sept of the Pure Heart. But
And actually, this will occur to Dell well after having left the Umbra. Were we supposed to take some kind of trophy from the fallen foes? I'm not used to doing that. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not much in the trophy taking business.
Okay. Is that like, I thought that was a get offenders thing.
I mean, it is a get offenders thing. It's not really a daring thing, though.
Fair enough. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
So yes, we should move on then.
So the four of you are all able to regroup outside on the back half of the Valkenburg Foundation. They're kind of where all the three different walkways meet together to go into the house. So you're all pretty much centrally located in the grounds. To the south of you is the Valkenburg Foundation itself, the main building, and then there's the staff housing, the stables that were partially burned last session, and then the veterinary building that was also partially burnt last episode.
So what all did you see in the Umbra?
We saw two of the intruders fleeing from the veterinarian's building into the front door of the house.
Yeah, and we killed
They're
both
still-
of them.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Good.
Turns out Dell is both halves of Speak Softly and Carry a Big Stick.
Oh. They hadn't seen that part when they gave me my name. Wait, I didn't have a stick.
It's a metaphor.
It's an expression.
It's,
You'll get it. Yeah, but other than the two black spiral dancers that were in the Umbra, we did see that the wards keeping the spirits in and out are still maintained. The alarm was tripped, but the spirits weren't able to get in or out, so that's good.
well, that part's good, I suppose.
Yes, but when we came upon the black spirals, they were headed upstairs. As in, they were headed directly upstairs in the Umbra.
So they were after one of the patients, or maybe after Gretchen.
The patient.
So it would seem.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know that. I mean, it's certainly tempting to think all roads are pointing to Orson, but they could have been here for any one of the patients. We don't know. I mean, I also don't believe in coincidence, but I also don't want to jump to conclusions. And it's also just as likely that they could have been going after Gretchen herself, or the records.
Yeah.
I don't know everything that's in her office. Do you?
Sure don't.
No. But the point is, they knew where they were going.
Right.
Does anybody know if black spiral dancers have the ability to cast like fatigue on people in advance of an attack?
I mean, they are.
Is that a gift?
I don't know all of their gifts, but they're twisted and warped by the worm, but they're just like us in that they have the ability to get the spirits to teach them all sorts of gifts. So I don't know, but I wouldn't rule it out as a possibility.
Yeah, we need to figure out if it wasn't them, if it's even connected to what they did.
Right.
Did we see any survivors escape?
Yes.
Yeah.
They let out a howl and they fled. We chased a few of them away from the shed in the stables, but they got away from us.
Does anyone have
I
a
suspect
location for Gretchen?
Not yet. I suspect that the fires were being set as a distraction to keep people away from the main building, so that the two that you found could do whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And it worked. They played us like a fiddle.
Tried.
They got turned inside out for their trouble.
Oh no, the other one just had his neck broken.
Well, yes, but they still managed to successfully distract us, and for all... They're gonna be back. This was a test. This was a probe.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we should at least stop up and see, at least see what Orson's doing. See if he's at least lucid or acting up, since he usually acts up at night anyway.
Right. Perhaps we should go and make sure Gretchen's safe first.
Yeah, I was gonna see actually if Riverdale might sneak into her office to see if she's there, to see if she's okay, and if she's not there, take a look through her files.
Not opposed to that.
I'm oddly comfortable with it.
Okay, I guess I'll see you guys in juvie. I'll walk off while they do whatever they need, and I'll arrive with the plot.
I promise they'll try you as an adult.
Oh, crap.
I promise you he's not ever going to see a human courtroom.
By combat.
Do they have cybersecurity trials in Guru Society?
They barely have cybersecurity trials in human society. What are you talking about?
There's the glasswalkers. You're being over a jury of your peers. 6 plain spotters.
Crime isn't what you did. Your crime is getting caught. How do you plead?
Rather embarrassed, actually.
I mean, clearly you got caught. All right.
So it sounds like I want to need some stealth checks from everyone's favorite Ragabash.
Do I want to be sneaky?
Well, okay, maybe you don't. Let me know if you don't.
I do not want to be sneaky. Is she there?
No. You go up to her office and she is not in her office.
Oh. Gretchen, is it open?
You check the handle and you twist and turn and it is locked.
Oh. I would like to try to pop the lock.
Sure thing. You actually have 2 ways of doing that. You can actually, well, try to pop the lock, or you can
Open and seal.
use your gift.
I think I'm going to open seal. And I will just use one of the dice in the pool, because why not?
Ooh, you moved the dice with authority, Jonesy.
Where's...
That cost us something. That was a heavy dice.
Oh, there we go. I always forget how this works. Open seal.
And for those playing at home, I actually have an actual dice tray with my dice. So
Okay. It's just a gnosis. What's the difficulty, Jonesy? Or is it just opposed?
that should be the difficulty of the gauntlet here. And so the gauntlet for the Valkyrie Foundation is actually going to be a 7. Which is a little higher than you would normally expect, but because of the words and stuff, that you think that might have something to do with it.
Do I feel lucky?
Well, do you?
Apparently.
I feel lucky 3 times with a crit. Or 10.
So you are able to open the lock, no problem. Pop, and get into her her office.
Oh, nice. Does she have a-
Inside, yeah,
Go
inside the office. You've been in the office a couple times before. The office itself is got her her desk, a couple of chairs, a filing cabinet, some desk drawers, things like that. There's also a second door leading off of this on into her private quarters.
I'll go ahead and knock on that. Is she in there?
She is not in there, and there is a small light in there coming. So there's some light coming into the crack of the door, but there is no answer when you knock on it.
Okay, metagame question.
Uh-huh.
Alex, that's probable cause, right?
Darren is a cop. Alex
So I'm
is
asking
not
Alex.
a cop, but I think the threshold for probable cause is paper thin, in this country.
But we were just raided by a bunch of teenagers. Their dance moves.
Yeah, honestly, you know, the attack happened, things got a little crossed, it's your word against theirs. I think you're good.
Okay, now
Legally
that I've addressed,
speaking.
I've talked to my inner conscience.
Hashtag
I
not
walk
legal
in
advice.
the door.
Hashtag only applies to Guru.
As your attorney, I advise you to aim for the paper.
The Untold Stories Project would like to point out that you should not take any legal advice from any of our fictional characters and cannot be held liable if you do so.
You should not take legal advice from anybody who's not your lawyer. I learned that from a lawyer on the internet.
How locked is this door?
And you check this door. This door is not locked.
I will use my hand and open the door.
It opens the door. We open it right up. It opens to her small bedroom. You see her. She's got a queen size bed. It is a bit disheveled at the moment. There's a small desk with a chair. Looks like there's another door leading off of this room, probably to the master suite bathroom. She's got a dresser, things like that.
Was it just the room light that's on, or is it the bathroom?
Yeah, it's a small light sitting on the nightstand.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just turn it off and close the door. There's no computer here, is there?
No, her computer is on her laptop sitting on the main desk in their main office.
Oh, okay. That's easier. Well, I'll just go over to her laptop, crack it open, and pull out a USB stick and give her some malware for later. The classic.
Oh, her poor Windows 98 machine.
I get on this woman's computer, the only thing that works is command prompt.
It's a DOS shell.
I mean, just because this adventure was written when Windows 95 was the height of technology.
No, I'm being snarky. I'm being snarky. It is a little out of date, but it's not that out of date. You're able to boot her for computer, and it's asking for her password.
Yeah, I'm just gonna plug in a USB stick. And do you want me to roll a tech check to just get the malware on there? I don't have to be logged in to give her malware.
Oh, you're right. Curious about that.
Yeah. The malware is for me to get in without a password later.
Ah.
I'm not even make you roll for that. You're able to roll Glasswalker and dump something on our computer.
And I'll just take my USB stick back and walk out of her office. Perfect crime.
Meanwhile, while Killian's breaking all sorts of, they're not necessarily against the litany because she is kinfolk, but it is questionable content. What were the other three of you doing?
We're at least gonna go look in Orson's cell and see what he's doing.
Orson's chilling. He's, when you come rolling on up,
Beanbag chair? I mean, like where? How?
the room is still the same stark room that he has before. It's the one small twin-sized bed bolted to the ground and the wall. He's just kind of sitting on it, just kind of with his legs pulled up to his chest. He's kind of arms are wrapped around him. Just kind of humming to himself.
You okay in there, Orson?
Tick tock, tick tock.
What might you be waiting for?
Interesting evening we've had, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the most action we've seen here in a long time. You know anything about what's been going on?
Well, the sirens went off. Someone that wasn't supposed to be here was here. But I don't take it was friends of yours. The scent on the breeze says no.
No, they were not friends of ours. Were they friends of yours?
I do not keep their company.
Well, I found a couple of them trying to sneak up here for some reason.
Apparently, if you're any indication, I'm Mr. Popular.
Just making sure you weren't trying to get out of here.
Why would I want to do that? I'm right where I want to be.
See, that's what scares me.
That's worse.
But I don't believe you're where you want to be.
No.
I believe you want to be back in New York City. I believe the young Fiona wants to be back on stage. The lupus one wants to be back in the woods. Away from all this Hummit stuff. And I would guess that the walker wants to be on a beach somewhere.
I want to
With
be
with
where the people are.
Walking around on there. What do they call it? Pause.
Well, Orson, it's not a matter of where we want to be, it's where we have to be. This is our life now.
doesn't have to be.
You don't get to stop being a guru just because it's inconvenient. Do you know something about those black spiral dancers who came in here, or not?
I don't, like, as I said, I don't traffic with their kind.
But you know their scent?
No, they smell of rotten decay like the worm.
Well, I want to prevent them from coming back here.
Then I think you should do that, Mr. Brave Get. Keep us poor, unfortunate souls safe and secure.
That's my job. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk to our wonderful Mr. Orson here?
Not especially.
Not yet.
Well, Orson, we're going to go take a walk around the woods, see if we can find any more of those wormlings. If you think anything helpful that you want to add by the time I get back, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Happy hunting.
Or if there's anybody else in there that has any insight they'd like to share, now would be a good time to talk to the class.
Do I catch the end of this conversation, or am I out of this one?
Yeah, you be coming down the steps at this time.
Oh, okay.
And they're the only ones talking on the floor, so it'd be, you can hear them.
You guys get anything good?
Not a whole lot.
Yes. Now, Orson has suddenly completely and totally reverted and actually been forthcoming and helpful.
How does it sound like Orson? Jonesy, can I pull up my cell phone and call the burner phone I left in his Umbra cell just to check something?
Sure.
That's what I was forgetting. Glad
Anybody
Killian's
pick
here.
up?
You get a signal. You connect to it. It you know says it's ringing, but you don't hear anything.
Well, I guess that's news at least.
No one picked up, and there's you don't hear any ringing. So
Guys, do we tell him about it?
Part of me is like, we should tell him and see if any of his doubles take credit for it, since they like the sound of their own voice and feel like they're pulling one over on us.
Can he even go into the Umbra?
I don't
He's a
see anything
guru.
reflective in here.
the rooms are designed to specifically not have anything shiny enough to.
How does it sound like?
I feel like he could piss on the floor and make a puddle.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but thank you.
Yeah. As much as possible.
As much as possible. Well, who are we talking to now, Orson? Is it Orson or is it the other ones?
Based on the tone and inflection, you're thinking it's Orson.
Oh, okay, thank God. Is there a downside to giving him that?
Well, yes.
Hey, to ask yourself that question.
I mean, I'm just walking through an idea. Maybe he'd be more willing to communicate with us if he wasn't under lock and key.
You can't actually. Never mind.
I could do something, but I should have done it when I had the phone. Oh well. I'm good here if you guys don't have anything.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't have anything for him.
I have nothing to say to him.
Okay. So the pack ends up heading down the hall back towards the main steps. Where's next on your agenda?
I think we need to...
Oh yeah, I couldn't find Gretchen.
At all?
Nope.
Or just in
She
her
was
office? Did you look anywhere else other than her office?
She wasn't even in her room.
Hey,
Alright, well, maybe we should go talk to the rest of the... Find someone who's on the staff, I'm sure.
well, wait. I don't remember. Were we following a scent of those spirals, or were we just chasing them? I guess I could have gotten a scent of them while we were tearing them to pieces.
Yeah, you were chasing after. You saw some shadows dart between the buildings,
Right.
and that's when you picked up the scent and you recognized the scent of spirals, and so you went hunting for them.
Why don't we trace where they came from?
I want to figure out if Gretchen's on the grounds before we do that, because I think our next step is to hunt down the spirals nearby.
Yeah, and if we go without backup, it could just be a trap, and we got baited out.
Oh, it's definitely a trap.
Okay.
But we need to know if Gretchen's kinfolk, right? She's not one of us.
Right.
Correct. Yeah, she is just kinfolk.
But some of the other staff are Gru.
Yes.
Before we go talk to anyone, I should probably... Killian saw this, but, and Kennedy will reach under her jacket and pull out the dagger. One of them threw this at me, but I don't think she was trying to hit me with it. It hit at the ground at my feet.
That's weird.
Why? I'm assuming this is probably not something I will have seen before, but is this something that I might be able to have a look at? See if I recognize anything about it.
Sure.
I mean, if I could make a roll on it, I'm sure you could.
Yeah, and anyone that likes can make a wits and rituals roll. The difficulty is 8.
I imagine you're better at that than I am.
One success.
Is anyone else attempting?
It doesn't seem like something Darren would know about.
I was told it was a love knife, and I'm taking that at face value.
Love Knife is my 80s cover band.
I don't know that I would have actually said that to you.
I could see by the way you were staring at it. I felt uncomfortable.
So Del, you do recognize it as a ritual knife that's used for mating rituals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone's being called out for courtship. The courtship of Kennedy.
I was right, and I didn't even roll.
That's yes.
That tells me, unless is this an action that could be done in like a heat of passion, or is this something you would have to plan for?
Oh my god, that
Could like
crazy lady committed arson all for you, Kennedy. That's wild.
they'd have to be stalking this place, right, to form that opinion of Kennedy, or stalking her from all the way back when we last saw Black Spiral Dancers, possibly.
Or look at her for 5 minutes.
Yeah, or this Black Spiral Dancer was like, "Damn, I'm wifing that," and threw a knife at you.
It's just like, oh my God.
For good or for bad, some spirals have low impulse control. Yes. They're not necessarily known for their long-term strategies and planning.
Yeah, there's nothing more embarrassing than a premature matrimony.
Feels kind of icky, honestly.
But
It wasn't thrown at you. You can imagine how I'm feeling.
Well, you guys gotta take it in context. Like, what if somebody wrote you a poem and left it to you? Like that looks like the same thing. It's on the same level for them. It's not bad.
You know,
It's a decent looking knife.
I mean,
I'm actually going to go out on a limb here and say that if a homicidal killer gave me a love note, it would make me just as uncomfortable.
That's true.
technically we're homicidal killers, I think.
Well, yes, but
But we're the good guys, though.
But we're the good homicidal killers. Actually, it would be difficult to be a non-homicidal killer, now that I think about it.
So the question is, Kennedy, what do you want to do with your not-so-secret admirer?
I'm actually perfectly content to send her back to Gaia.
I think she's
That-
into that.
So which direction is that a swipe? Is that left? I can never remember.
I think it's 6 feet under.
is that a claw right or claw left?
It's a,
Um,
what do they call it? Fury swipes, or is that a Pokemon thing? I forget.
That's a poker man's.
But
So-
we'd have to find her first. So let's go do that.
We had decided that we were going to try to catch hold of either backup and or Gretchen first,
Yes.
once
So-
we blunder into the whatever they're laying for us.
Into the trap that they've no doubt set for us, right?
It's a trap. So, returning to the first floor, you do see that there's activity around the whole complex now. Lights are on everywhere on the first floor. People are moving around. You see a couple of the staff, taking stock of things. You see. Now you get a good look at the front door. You can see where the spirals busted in through the door. They broke it open. In the physical realm, a couple of them broke it open, and on the umbral side, there was also a couple of spirals. So they kind of came in both physical and on the spirit side. You do run into there's kind of a heated exchange going on down the hallway from Victor and one of the other staff members. And you run into Ben Thomas. He's the chief of security when you come downstairs.
Yeah, this is the guy we want to talk to.
So,
Probably should.
Ben, situation seems to be contained here in the house, but we haven't seen Gretchen anywhere.
Last I heard, she was over by the staff quarters, tending to that.
What do you all have to report?
Well, we're still securing the area. We're asked for some extra help from the Sept. The Sept has got a couple Guru packs out hunting for the spirals now as we speak. And I know Gretchen was dealing with the body over in the staff quarters.
Well, there's 2 more bodies in here. Dell and I took out 2 of them who made their way into the house while everybody was dealing with the fire.
Wait, there's a bot. One of them got into the staff quarters then.
Seems that way.
Oh, no, I'm incorrect.
That's a different one than the 2 we killed.
Oh,
Right.
fun.
Well, we better go take a look at that. Who killed that one?
I'm sorry. It was one of ours.
Oh, the body's
That's
one of
fine.
ours.
Significant. That's
I guess that was a rhetorical question.
Who was it?
It was Dr. Rustle.
The vet? Is he the vet? She the vet?
He was one of the assistant psychiatrists. He came. He helped support our staff occasionally. He wasn't here permanently, but he'd come fairly regularly. I think he may have come in when you were out of town.
Like I say, I don't know the name, but
Gretchen's okay. She's not in danger.
She's shaken up, and I know that some of the elders in the Sept are trying to talk her to going back to the Sept for at least for the night.
right.
That would be
Right.
safest.
We should go check in with her and then see whether or not. If there's already other packs hunting, then let's get a beat on where they think we would be most useful.
Yeah. Then we'll go questing.
So, sorry, you were saying, Kennedy?
I just said, just muttering under her breath, I don't like this.
So, with that, you make your way to the staff quarters. The staff quarters is partially, there's been some fire damage. Looks like there's been a couple scuffles. And as you get closer, you see that a couple of the staff is over there. You see Lucius, who's the scout. He is currently over there. You see Harry, and you also see Gretchen. They seem to be discussing some matters outside of the entranceway to the staff quarters. Kind of in hushed tones.
How's everybody doing? I'll sort of come up and check on everyone.
As soon as they spot you coming over, they kind of wave you over to to them. And with that, a couple of the others go and shake hands and kind of like, we're gonna follow up on some other stuff. Thanks for everything tonight. And they kind of leaving you with Gretchen.
Gretchen, how you feeling?
A little shaken aback. Just not expecting this evening.
Yeah, of course not.
What happened over here? I mean, we've heard about the doctor. I don't think we had met him, but
It looks like they got into his quarters and yeah, he was only kinfolk. He didn't stand a chance.
Was nobody else was in here when he was killed, right?
Not that I know of. You're welcome to take a look around if you'd like. We haven't messed with anything yet.
Oh, I would like. I'm gonna take a look around.
did any of them say anything to any of us? I mean, do we have any idea what they were here for? I mean, they're spirals. They don't need a reason, but
I don't know. They could have just been targeting us because they thought maybe we were, well, the weakest pack around compared to the Sept nearby.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, don't they know our reputation?
Well, that.
Maybe they thought we weren't home yet.
They know one person's reputation, at least.
The fires on the outbuildings were obviously designed to draw attention away from what they were trying to get at inside the main building. We found two
We're
inside
here.
the main building. They were headed upstairs. They were headed for. I mean, we don't know why they were here, but I think they were here for something specific.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonesy, I have a question,
I have an answer.
and it's a piece of knowledge that Aaron has, and I want to know that I want to make sure that I'm not metagaming it.
Oh, fine.
Okay.
Black spirals forcibly recruit, don't they?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay.
And black spirals still follow the litany to some degree.
Okay.
So, with that knowledge, if you'd like to make a wits and enigmas check at difficulty 8, I will allow it.
I would like, and
So.
I'm gonna go ahead and take one of those bonus dice this time.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Well, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Those bonus dice were gifts from our viewers. So,
Thank you, viewers.
Guys, just like shit.
so while Kennedy's doing her best to recall Spiral 101, Darren is going to be going into the crime scene.
It's
for lack of a-
detective time.
Detective Wolfman. Are the other two going with them as well into the crime scene, or are you guys hanging out with Kennedy, or?
I'd kind of like to even just see if I can sniff around the grounds and see if we can figure out maybe any place else where they may have been, where they didn't leave evidence of having been there.
Okay, cool.
So that's
So-
probably going to be some tracking.
Yes, I'm going to need a perception and primal urge from Dell, a intelligence investigation from Darren. Killian, are you doing anything specific?
Just watching. There's not much I can contribute. I mean, I can try to look around too, but I don't know if that's better than just adding to the roll.
I hacked the body.
There are no ones and zeros here. I can't do anything.
Oh.
Had you mentioned the diff? Is it diff 8 you had mentioned?
Yeah, difficulty 8.
Well, what's my difficulty? 6?
Difficulty 8.
8, okay.
I believe in you.
3 successes.
Years of academy.
Before I do my rolling, I think I am going to spend a willpower. Because I would like an automatic success.
Cool.
Here we go. Okay.
So, while you're doing the roll, Darren, you walk into the poor gentleman's room. The staff quarters have basically small bedrooms with bathrooms attached to them. Inside his room, you see a mess. It has just been wrecked. There are the bed's been torn over, flipped over. The bookshelves have been knocked down. Things are just ripped in half, thrown around, knocked off walls. The flat screen TV is busted on the floor. The whole place looks like just a mess. And off to the side of the room, you see a big blood pool on the ground, soaked in of bright red blood, and you see his dead body. He was a middle-aged man, probably in his early 40s, kind of average, just short brown hair, medium build, medium height, just kind of run of the mill, very standard issue Midwest. As you start looking around, Kennedy, what did you get on that roll?
So with the point of willpower, 3 successes.
3 successes. So, based on your knowledge, they could have been coming to grab people to forcibly make them walk the spiral.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem likely though, because they usually go for cubs and pups whenever they can. So
Okay.
that's more of a we usually ambush packs on the rite of passage sort of maneuver.
Okay.
And while they do have metis and amongst a high number of metis amongst the tribe, they do stick very very much to a twisted version of litany. And you'd almost think that if they were coming after, they'd almost have more in common with the Red Talons in the fact that they would rather, think that these crew are not worth saving.
Okay. All right.
So, Darren, with your 3 successes, you can look around the crime scene. Obviously, the cause of death was, the big abdominal laceration that he has, which led to him bleeding out everywhere.
Gross.
Upon investigating the body, the wound is too clean to be made by claws. And whoever, as you're looking around, you realize that the place was wrecked before he died. There would be far more blood splattered across the room if the place was being wrecked as he died. And as you're looking around, under some of the debris and stuff, you find a steak knife that was used as the murder. That's the murder weapon.
That's weird.
So basically, he got gutted with a knife, not claws.
So somebody was tossing his room around. He came in. He got gutted, and somebody panicked and tried to make it look like it was part of the Guru attack. Does it look like it, timeline-wise, it lines up with the attack, or does it... Or would I have to make a medicine check to see how long he's been dead?
That would require a medicine check, yes.
I got you.
So, you're welcome to do that if you'd like.
I would like...
Dell, how did you do on your tracking check?
With the spent willpower, 5 successes.
Nice.
Yeah, the spirals weren't here. The spirals were near here, and they were around the building, but their set would be far stronger if they'd actually gone into the doorway where you're standing at, into the room where Jaren is investigating it. The spirals were not in that room. You're almost positive. And you think half the reason you realize that is because of your lupus nose.
This is information I would like to share. Whoever did this, it was not the black spirals.
Yeah, that
So
lines up with what I've been looking at too.
So as you guys are doing your investigation stuff, Killian, you get pulled aside by Gretchen because, well, you're not the one. You're the only one that actively engaged in looking around, and she's going to ask you if do you think that you and the pack can stand guard tonight? I'm worried about the patients, but they're insisting that I go to the sept tonight. So, they're concerned about my safety. I think they're over exaggerating and over concerned, but they're insisting, and we need to keep on good standing with the sept. So I'd feel more comfortable knowing that the questing pack was watching over the patients tonight.
Yeah, we can do that for you. Just take a night off. It's been rough to say the least.
I do appreciate it. I mean my staff is great and everything. Just I know they're all on edge, and and I know this is putting more on your pack, but yeah.
That's okay. We'll take care of everything from here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be heading off in a moment, so
Oh, Gretch, quick question.
yes.
We couldn't find you right after the attack. Were you here the whole time, or did you come here before or after things settled?
Oh, since the fires were going, I heard the alarms go off. I was running to the help with the fires, and then since then I've just kind of been checking the grounds. I mean, I awoke as soon as the fire, since people start yelling about the fires. So.
Okay. Sorry about that. I went around looking for you while everybody was taking care of other stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I've just it's just been a night.
No, I get it. Well, you have a good one.
Thank you. And with that, she kind of will head off towards. You can see that Ben and a few others have gathered around out back, and you see that you see some of the other elders from the sept, nearby sept, who've come over. So with that leaves you with the rest of the pack. So you guys were discussing what you found with each other, right?
Yes.
What's the difficulty on my medicine check, Jindy?
Difficulty's gonna actually be 8.
That's intelligence medicine.
Yes.
Here we go. 0 successes.
Died sometime today.
I've examined the body, and I can tell you with all certainty that this man
He's
died.
dead.
He is
was
dead.
murdered.
He was stabbed in the stomach by a knife. I can't say exactly when, but it was not part of the Black Spiral attack. So we have another murderer loose.
They were never here.
Valkenburg.
They were never here.
Here. They were elsewhere on the property. They weren't here.
I just talked to Gretch. She wants us to stay guard tonight. She also said she was out there with the fires when they started.
I have no way of confirming that because I wasn't here when the fire started.
I mean, there's no reason that's not possible.
Well, this guy doesn't come here very often, right? That's what we've sort of learned about his role here at the hospital.
Yeah, and he won't be coming by anymore either.
Well, no, but
Yeah, he'd come. He was a kinfolk, and he had other duties as well. And like kinfolk, like I'm part of human society. I need to do human things. But so he wasn't like a permanent staff position. He was a part-time staff position. So
Wonder why somebody would want him dead.
Might have had something to hide.
He doesn't have anything on him, does he?
You didn't find anything out of the ordinary.
And does he look like he's been searched? That's my other question.
He does not look like he's been searched.
Prior to my searching him.
Yes.
Search the man.
Now, Jonesy, you'd said that I could not get any scent. I clearly couldn't get any scent of the black spirals. Would there be a scent there which I might be able to pick up and follow? Just out of curiosity.
You generally pick up the sense of the other staff members because it is the staff housing building. So
Right.
most of the staff members come and go from here. The strongest scent of the area is the one that you would place as Dr. Russell's.
Right.
This is room.
Right.
But you do get other faint scents. You get Ben and Marie, and you get a few others.
Smell any traitor in there, Dell?
How it
Smells
works.
like axe.
It smelled like axe. I'd be frenzying.
That's the only right response.
Oof.
I was gonna say something, but I don't want to attack all of our axe users.
All three of them.
Yeah, all three of them.
So
So I guess we're doing guard duty tonight. How long until she leaves?
they were actually trying to rush her out at that point. So she's being just runs over and she's grabbing a few essentials and gonna be heading off. So I'm gonna say with Gretchen leaving the Valkenberg Foundation to head off to the Sept of the Pure Heart, which is nearby Guru Karen, I think that's also a good time for us to head off to go get a drink and take a quick break.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Well, give me just a minute and I will send us over to break.